You.
Yes, me. Me too.
Welcome, listeners. This is Mr. White, Alaska MGTOW. That clip reminds me of how well MGTOW was growing. Each one teach one. Agent Smith assimilated everyone in his path to create his very own network of like-minded individuals. That is how I see MGTOW. Each one of us have to teach another. First, I would like to thank the Mayor of MGTOWN for his shout out a few weeks ago and welcoming me to the family, as well as all the MGTOW that has recognized me and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. I also apologize for the time between this video and my last. I must admit that the desire is there, but there aren't enough hours in the day. I reluctantly laughed when the mayor of MGTOWN said that Sandman could be a robot. It's hard as hell to put out a video a day, but I also know that if I take my time, I will give my fellow MGTOW the best I can without rushing. Anyway, I have visited many channels. They range from Red Pill Rage to the technical mechanics of our treasured MGTOW movement. I was asked by MGTOW Messenger what I thought of other channels. I cannot objectively or fairly judge each channel because each channel serves a different type of MGTOW. I am a drug and alcohol counselor, so I have to approach MGTOW with the same tenacity as I do with my clients. Each MGTOW is uniquely different. Each MGTOW has their own set of experiences, and each man has an idea on how they may proceed in implementing the MGTOW ideals into their lives. With that said, my approach will always be to enlighten with evidence-based information. I am open to any feedback and will reply with logic. I will not engage logical fallacies. Logical fallacies are sayings and situations that defy logic. Example, if you believe that shaming language is used as anything other than a personal attack, is a logical fallacy. Or a statement such as, it takes a real man to raise someone else's kid. This statement is the special pleading logical fallacy and will not be honored here. See link in description on logical fallacies. I wouldn't address or respond to either one of those because it would be a waste of time on the listener's part as well as mine. And many of us have wasted too much time on the blue pill to debate opinion. However, there are plenty of channels that will. This is not one of them. So without further ado, I want to present whether female behavior is a psychological disorder. I have some clips.
Holy shit! Unless you're speaking McNuggets in my hands, I don't want to hear it!
It's 10:30 a.m. We don't serve chicken McNuggets at this time.
Yes, you do!
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because we do.
You know what? Did you just hiss at me? I'll do more than just fucking hiss at you!
Hey, get your stupid ass out of the car! What's going on over there?
Don't you fucking run away from me, you bad move!
Man, God, holy shit!
Enough! Don't make me assume my ultimate form! I will fuck you up! Just wait, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna wreck you! Get the fuck back here! Get the fuck! I'm gonna try to slow you like a dumbass!
Ma'am, whoa.
You know who I am?
Ma'am,
What?
close that shit! Ma'am, God damn! Oh my God! What the fuck is this bitch on? Holy shit!
What's going on? Did she like get burned by her apple pie or something?
Dude, I have no idea. Alright, we need to call the police. This is out of control. Whoa! Holy shit!
Yeah, that was pretty disturbing. What we'll do, we'll start off by diagnosing this particular situation. We'll be using the DSM-5, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition. The DSM-5 is the American Psychiatric Association's classification and diagnostic tool. It is the authority in the United States, and it serves as a universal authority for psychiatric diagnosis. What we've seen out of this woman is antisocial personality disorder. A, it says that it is a pervasive pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others occurring at age 15 years, as indicated by three or more of the following. Now, with this, you got to remember a female's behavior has to meet three of the following for it to be an antisocial personality disorder. Number one, failure to conform to social norms with respect to lawful behaviors as indicated by repeatedly performing acts that are grounds for arrest. Two, deceitfulness as indicated by repeated lying, use of aliases, or conning others for personal profit or pleasure. Three, impulsivity or failure to plan ahead. Four, irritability and aggressiveness as indicated by repeated physical fights or assaults. Five, reckless disregard for safety of self or others. Six, consistently irresponsibility as indicated by repeated failure to sustain consistent work behavior or honor financial obligations. Seven, lack of remorse as indicated by being indifferent to or rationalizing having hurt, mistreated, or stolen from another. Part B of this says that the individual is at least 18 years of age. C, there is evidence of conduct disorder with onset before age of 15 years. D, the occurrence of antisocial behavior is not exclusively during the course of schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. Now remember, if a woman has three of these, then maybe you can diagnose her with antisocial personality disorder because it is real and it happens every day. You'll see it in your workplace, in your personal lives, any interaction with females and males for that matter, indicate some antisocial personality disorders. So look out for that. Here's another video.
A woman behind bars is accused of cutting off her husband's penis. Police say the woman poisoned her husband's meal, tied him to the bed, and severed his groin area. She then threw it into the garbage disposal and turned the disposal on. The wife called 911 and told authorities what happened, saying he deserved it. The couple is reportedly going through a divorce, and the husband is in serious condition.
When the officers went in there, they found the husband tied to the bed and bleeding profusely from the groin area. The officers immediately called for paramedics, untied the victim from the bed. The wife at that time made the spontaneous statement that he deserved it, and when they looked at his groin area, they saw that his penis had been cut off by presumably the wife.
He deserved it. He deserved it. Let's say it again. He deserved it because he wanted a divorce. He deserved that to be permanently mutilated because he wanted a divorce. Listen to how crazy that sounds. So let's diagnose this. I think we can go with borderline personality disorder. It is a pervasive pattern of instability or interpersonal relationships, self-image and affects, and marked impulsivity, beginning in early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts, as indicated by 5 or more of the following. Remember, gentlemen, this is 5. 1. Frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. Note, do not include suicidal or self-mutilating behavior covered in criteria 5. Number 2, a pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alienating or alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. 3, identity disturbance, markedly and persistently unstable self-image or sense of self. Impulsivity, this is number 4, impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are not potentially self-damaging, e.g. spending, sex, substance abuse, reckless driving, binge eating. Note, do not include suicidal or self-mutilating behavior covered in criteria 5. Number 5, recurrent suicidal behavior, gestures or threats, or self-mutilating behavior. 6, affective instability due to marked reactivity of mood, e.g. intense episodic dysphoria, irritability, or anxiety, usually lasting a few hours and only rarely more than a few days. 7. Chronic feelings of emptiness. 8. Inappropriate, intense anger or difficulty controlling anger, e.g., frequent displays of temper, constant anger, recurrent physical fights. Number 9, transient, self-related, paranoid ideation or severe dissociative symptoms. Now, in that last video, she clearly had identity disturbance, markedly and persistently unstable self-image of self or sense. Imagine that. He wanted a divorce, so she wanted to cut off his penis. All right, let's look at another.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator. Now, honestly, I will do my best to answer your questions about this, but the fact is that people were trying in real time to get to the best information. The IC has a process, I understand, going with the other committees to explain how these talking points came out. But, you know, to be clear, it is, from my perspective, less important today, looking backwards, as to why these militants decided they did it than to find them and bring them to justice. And
what difference does it make? And her perspective. It's not important to honor the death of these 4 men more than to find out why the terrorists did what they did and bring them to justice. She would like to know why they did it. Imagine that. Anyway, I don't really do politics. Well, actually, I love politics. I just don't want to do politics on this channel. But I thought it would be appropriate to diagnose this woman because she's probably getting ready to be the next president of the United States. There's plenty of clips that's going to support this disorder that I'm about to mention. So I suggest that you look at clips on Hillary Clinton. This is narcissistic personality disorder. It is a pervasive pattern of grandiosity in fantasy or behavior, need for admiration, and lack of empathy, beginning by early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts is indicated by 5 or more of the following. Remember, 5 or more of the following. And you can see this in everyday women. Number 1, has a grandiose sense of self-importance, e.g., exaggerates achievements and talents, expects to be recognized as superior without commensurate achievements. 2, is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. 3, believes that he or she is special and unique and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people or institutions. 4, requires excessive admiration. 5, has sense of entitlement, i.e., unreasonable expectations of especially favorable treatment or automatic compliance with her expectations. 6, is interpersonally exploitative, takes advantage of others to achieve his or her own ends. 7, lacks empathy, is unwilling to recognize or identify with feelings and needs of others. 8, is often envious of others or believes that others are envious of him or her. 9, shows arrogant, haughty behaviors and attitudes. And with this last clip, she was definitely feeling herself to the point where her perceptions are what counts. And I get that, but it is a personality disorder. I believe that we're entering into a phase where we're seeing nature as what it really is, and that's psychological disorders. With that, this video went a little bit over, so I'm going to end it, and I would like to thank you for taking a red pill. It is a part of a trace program that is designed to disrupt your input-output carrier signals so MGTOW can pinpoint your location. I will see you again next week. Remember, look for these behaviors in women around you at work or in your daily lives. Good evening.